Welcome to Business Innovators Radio, featuring industry influencers and trendsetters sharing proven strategies to help you build a better life right now.
Hello, everybody. Today I'm interviewing Jim Brown, top producing realtor with Coldwell Banker Danforth in Seattle. He has been awarded Best in Client Satisfactory by Seattle's magazines and every day his goals to help his clients achieve their real estate goals, representing their best interests through their process and seeing them happy in their new home since 1979. Welcome, Jim. Thank you for being here today.
Hi, Eric. Thanks for having me.
Before we jump in, Jim, can you tell us a bit more about yourself?
Yes, I was raised in Oklahoma and then moved to California and finally up to Washington, which I'm very passionate about. I love living up here. And I was originally a dentist, but before I was a dentist, I was in real estate. And then when I retired, I got back into real estate because I love working with people. So in dentistry and real estate, you're working with people in high stressful conditions and trying to come out with a good outcome.
Nice. Well, you kind of alluded to that, but what led you into real estate? Because you said you were doing it before and then you stopped and started over, but how did this happen? Is this something that you were planning or?
No, I wasn't planning it. My mother was the first female real estate broker in the town that I grew up in, and I started selling real estate while I was going to college, and I sold it summers every year of college, and then went to dental school. And after I retired, I got back into it because I love working with people, and I love problem solving for them and working as a team.
You already said that you like working with people. You're a people person, but if we dig a little deeper, what do you think your personal attributes or traits are that really contributed the most to your success doing real estate?
Key is not only liking people, but being able to listen to people, because we always have an interview with new clients, and we pick up little hints from not only what they're saying directly to us, but subliminally what they're saying to us with indirect comments. And that helps us key in on what type of home they need, or if they're selling, what type of situation they need to sell in. So listening to people, and then second would be loving to work with people, solving problems, and project management through the whole process.
Can you give some specific examples of why these traits helped you so much?
Well, being able to work with people in a stressful condition, just like in dentistry, really helps, because this market today, whether you're a seller or a buyer, is very stressful. And it helps to have a realtor who listens to you, is also a good communicator back with you, and is a team player, because you're not only working with your client, you're working with the appraisers, you're working with the agent, the other agent, and the lenders. So you have to be a team player, and being able to project management helps in that.
Very good. I think you'll agree with me that there's no straight line to success, right? I mean, there's a lot of ups and downs. And can you talk a bit about the major adversities or trials you faced to reach your goals?
Let's see. I think one of the hardest is when we're working with a client that may not want to work in their best interest. So they may want to make an offer on a home that we know the home's reputation and know it's not a good home, or it has issues that they might not be prepared for. So we do counsel our clients a lot, but in the end, the client is the boss, and it's very difficult to see someone make an offer on a home that we think might not be a good investment for them.
I can see why that would be would be a problem. Now, one thing that we like to cover in these interviews, because remember, these interviews are focused towards helping other entrepreneurs reach their goals, and they want to learn from successful people. So what keeps you going despite obstacles you might face? When you get to your the lowest of your lowest, how did you manage to keep going?
It only takes one client that you see that week. And when you make them smile or get the house for them or get their house sold for them, making someone else's dreams come true lightens up your world. And then, of course, there's the paycheck, too. We get paid for what we do. And I have hobbies. I have things that I'm passionate about. So being able to make our clients happy and then being happy ourselves, it's a wonderful job.
Mm-hmm. On that note, I guess you have a vision for the future, right? So where do you see your business in the next 5 years?
I love the type of business that we have currently. We don't do a lot of marketing. We're strictly by referral. So clients that we've had over the past 15, 20, 25 years refer their friends to us. So they have similar personalities typically as our older clients that we loved working with. So that's the type of business that we like. So we like to keep in touch with all of our old clients. Every year around Thanksgiving, we hand deliver heirloom pumpkins door to door to all of our old clients. Some of them live in Bellevue, Kirkland, Edmonds. So we do a lot of driving and we hand deliver those pumpkins to them. And lots of times we'll catch them on a weekend where they're out front with the kids. And, we get to know these families and we kind of become a part of their family. And that's the type of business plan we like, where we have friends that we actually work with.
That sounds great. I know you said you don't really do any specific marketing yourself, but apart from getting some references from current clients, is there anything else you're doing?
That's really all we do. And we're definitely into things that we're passionate about. So we're into animal rescue, dog and cat rescue. So we meet new friends through those situations. I'm into old cars, and in the car club, I meet new clients and stuff. But yeah, we don't do any advertising for new clients.
Well, it's okay if you don't need it. I think it's perfectly all right to be doing that, and you're not the only one. So that's actually a good thing for you, right? So that's good.
Exactly. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Now, let me address something. There are a lot of misconceptions out there about working with a realtor. What would the biggest misconceptions or myth people have about working with a realtor?
I would think the largest misconception is that realtors are expensive and it's going to cost you. We just had a client today that we're working with to help purchase a home for she and her husband. And she sent off a frantic email to me, how much are we going to have to pay you to do this? In our market, the buyer does not pay any realtor fees. So she was thrilled when I told her that there was no fee for us helping her, that the seller pays the fee. A lot of people have the misconception that it's going to be expensive working with a real estate person. If the real estate person cannot work hard enough for you to recoup their fees, something's wrong, because realtors are in the business to make money for their clients.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now, hypothetically, let's say you have a family member that lives on a different state on the other side of the country. What would you tell them to do? What would you advise them to do to get the better odds of selling or buying the right house? What should they do or look for?
That's a great question, Eric. Probably the first thing I would say is use a realtor, not just a real estate agent, because there is a difference. Realtors abide by a strict code of ethics, where one of the major parts is they represent their client for the better. So it's not about the realtor's fee or what the realtor is getting paid, but the utmost priority is representing your client for what your client wants. I would also then tell my friend to interview at least 3 realtors and ask their friends to recommend real estate agents. And then the utmost thing, which I think is very, very important, because real estate transactions can be stressful, is to, during the interview with those agents, see whose personality you click best with. Because if the situation gets stressful, you want to be able to communicate with that person well, and you're going to be able to communicate better if you like their personality and it's similar to yours.
So I think that's great advice. If anybody wants to learn more about you and your business, how could they get in touch with you?
Well, we're pretty well known in Seattle, so all they have to do is Google the Jims, because my business partner, his name is Jim also, the Jims Real Estate, and it will pop up. Or they can reach us at 206-618-7444.
Well, there you have it. That was awesome. Thank you so much for taking this time with us, Jim. And this was very interesting, very enlightening. So appreciate you taking the time to share your story and your experience with us. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Eric.
All right. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to Business Innovators Radio. To hear all episodes featuring leading industry influencers and trendsetters, visit us online at businessinnovatorsradio.com today.